Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is the PC Muscle Race, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Do we even need to ask the question if you're going to wear sleeves anymore? Because I haven't seen sleeves. Do you even own a shirt with sleeves anymore?
Hey, last week on Crossroads, I actually had
I don't believe
sleeves
you.
on.
I don't believe you.
It's
like those Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions where they paint the swimsuits on. They just painted sleeves on your arms.
Go check the pod clip from when I was bitching at people about being misogynist and stuff like that. You will see. I had a full bore shirt on. Not tonight though. It's a little hot in my house.
I don't know,
tonight.
man. You can do a lot with
that's
computer
because you just got done with a workout.
Yeah, it was a workout, all right.
Holy shit, this episode's getting off to a steamy start, man. I love it.
Also joining us is Justin Bieber's cousin.
Bro!
Logan
come
Torkin.
on, man. Like, that hasn't been... I mean, you could say head of Boss Rush Entertainment. You could say...
No, this is better.
Mahomes lover, wannabe Mahomes baby daddy. I mean, there's a lot of different... The Jerry Springer now with the set.
Wait, hold on. You can't be the baby daddy if you're going to be the one having the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I forgot how that works.
Anything can happen in 2021, guys.
The Christian house.
Anything can happen.
Bees were until I was like 20.
God.
Oh my god.
It was a hell of a ride though once you found out, right?
Oh, dude, changed my life. Explains a lot about my pastor's trying to.
And I'm sure the next voice you hear is really glad he decided to come on the show tonight. That's probably why he's dipping out a little early. I'm just kidding. Nick from WASD and beyond.
What is going on, everybody? May I say, you can't hide perfection on LeRon. LeRon, don't ever wear sleeves. You're not supposed to wear sleeves.
See,
That's like putting a blanket on the statue of David. You just can't do it.
They did put a leaf, though.
Oh my god!
That's such a bummer.
Yeah, but that's because the people from Greece were more conservative than the Romans.
That's very... Yeah, the Romans were doing some pretty cool things.
Romans were like, dude, let it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let it out all right.
This is no, I'm kind of regretting coming on the show tonight. It's my show.
Look, if I had known being invited to become a collaborator with Boss Rush Games meant that I would have to like basically triple fold my my wardrobe of tank tops and stuff, I would have been more prepared for this.
You should have been more prepared, LeRon.
I think by now, like we're getting ready to hit the 40th episode of Crossroads. So 40 episodes of Crossroads, at least 25 episodes of Boss Rush Podcast. I think everybody's seen every muscle shirt and tank top I have in my repertoire. So I got to step my game up now.
And to that though, LeRon, you and I are both about 6 weeks out from our 1 year with Boss Rush.
Hell yes, July, yeah.
Yeah, July.
Thanks, guys.
1 year of Corey being absolutely miserable.
I know. 1 year. Dude, I've been podcasting with Ed for 6 years. What are you talking about?
Well, you got everybody messaging you about the problem.
Quick side story. I did tell Ed about what the fire within meant.
Yeah, no, I told him to.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding, Ed. It's been a joy. All, 20 minutes of each time we record. I'm just kidding.
All 20 minutes when he starts his list, and then the next hour after.
Yeah, after that the naps I used to take, man, that was. I'm just kidding. It's funny though, because our very first podcast of our old show that we used to do together, it was like right after E3, and we had no idea what we were doing. Not that we know what we're doing now, but. We really had no idea what we were doing. And the show went so long that one of the co-hosts literally took a half-hour nap and then we were still recording.
How the hell do you get away with that?
It's if you wanna look it up, it's on the our old channel, Nerds Gone Rogue, the very first episode. It's actually episode 0 because it's the podcast E3 launch party we decided to have. And he took a nap. So shout out to Matt. Who might be on the show in a couple weeks. So, anyways, hi guys, how are you?
It's been a week. I'll say that.
God, you have no idea.
Yeah, I took one full rotation around the sun on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, you're old now. You're old.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, they got pills for everything that I need to do, though. So
I mean, wow. What? Taking some leave to get out of bed? Is that what you need?
right? You know, it's sad. I am having those moments now when I wake up and get out of bed and it's like, oh, my neck and my back. Yeah, I'm having those moments.
That's gonna go
I have
somewhere.
those.
That's not the only thing, Aiken.
Oh God.
Logan.
Nick, I'm gonna change directions here, and just in case people don't know what WASD and Beyond is, you want to plug your show real quick and tell us what it is?
Yeah, so WASD and Beyond is a video game podcast hosted by me, my friend Evan, and my friend Matthew. And it's a video game podcast that is immediately derailed from the topic of video games that goes into wild things that has nothing to do with video games, and it's just a fun time. And then at the end of the episode, we go, yeah, by the way, that game we were talking about.
Oh yeah, sounds like this one.
Yeah, that's why we work so well together.
I know.
It just works.
I know. Well, Nick, I want to have you on more often because, we like you because you're normal, not like these knuckleheads.
Normal. That is a compliment, my friend.
You're welcome.
I've never been called normal.
You know what? Take all the compliments from Corey that you can get, because trust me, he's like a scornful ex. He will definitely turn on you at a moment's notice.
Well, that's because he's from Ohio.
They don't know how to be
He
grateful
knows
for
that
what they
Michigan
have.
is a better state. Isn't that right, Corey?
Yep.
He
just agreed. He's like, yeah, you know what? Get out of my face.
Look, look. Speaking of Jerry Springer, we brought it up. Logan's background looks like Jerry Springer set. Jerry Springer.
It does.
Jerry Springer lives
it
about
was.
3.5 hours away from me, so it's
Does he really?
He lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah,
That's gnarly.
I know. Now for my final thought. All right, that was terrible. It's fine.
Shout out to the OG.
Shout out to Ala Dream from Twitter. She's a streamer. She's in the chat. Thank you for the extra follow there. Appreciate you. Just like I appreciate everybody else who listens to the show. In fact, we appreciate Greg Osterman III, who wrote in another food question. I love Greg. I wish Greg would come on the show. Greg, come on the show. Bring food. Bring snacks. He says... He says, hey guys, will you be snacking during E3 this year? I know Ed always brings the snacks, and I'm super curious what you guys will bring. Will you snack during your streams? Well, considering Friday through Tuesday next week, I've blocked off like 5 hours every night for shows / editing / posting. Yeah, I'm going to be snacking real hard.
He's gonna be snacking on Monster Energy drinks.
Oh God, I have a 24 pack underneath my desk right now, so
Just getting ready to be cracked open.
The sad fact that you have them under your desk and not like in the fridge or like somewhere adjacent to the kitchen, that's
Dude,
alarming.
The fridge is all the way in the other room. How am I supposed to get work done and walk to the fridge and come back and drink? I'm
Aren't they
fine
kinda
with room
hot?
temperature.
But still,
What?
like the
But that 2-second walk gets you circulation in your legs.
Yeah, like
It,
yeah,
Man,
I know
if you drink Monster fast enough, that also gets you circulation.
and I know you. I know.
kidneys
Yeah,
don't
kinda.
your heart.
That's
and
fine.
I know your hip flexors hate you right now, man. I know they do.
No, they're fine.
How many
I'm
times a
young,
week do you
LeRon. They
get
won't
chiropractic?
start affecting me for another 5 years.
Oh! Says the guy who couldn't even jump out the bed of a truck correctly.
You know what?
Well, LeRon, at least you still have your hair.
That's why I wear a
Corey's got
hat.
hair on his
I
face.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Corey was so cue ball until like we saw the pictures of him. When his son was born. I did not know. I did not know.
Posted it on Facebook. It's like, oh, that's what Corey. Okay, cool.
That's fine.
Okay.
I have a look, and it's to cover my balding head.
So the Fred Durst.
No.
So what we need is we need a sponsorship by 4 hymns. That way you can get that.
I was just about to say, is it too late for hymns or keeps for you? Is it too late?
No.
I'm just
Or, you
saying
know what?
my red Yankees hat is in the garbage because my friend made a joke about that about 5 years ago, and I threw that hat away.
What's the joke?
Fred Durst joke.
Oh, okay. No, I got it.
Yeah. I'm also about 9 inches taller than Fred Durst, so it's fine.
He's a little guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, snacks, guys. Snacks. We're here to talk about snacks, okay?
Yeah,
I will be snacking.
Let's pull away from Corey before he gets a little irate here.
So you're asking us to do the one thing? Never mind, I can't make that joke. Damn.
I mean, we could all be snacks depending on who's looking at us, right?
Yeah, watch. Ready? There you go. Now I'm a snack. I got muscles.
Here's what I know for sure. I'm probably because Austin and I have to pay attention to Summer Game Fest 2021 as well. So I'm probably going to go out and buy like five family size bag of Twizzlers. And that would just be basically like you'll see me just consuming them on the different shows and stuff like that. Besides the fact that like that's the one licorice candy that's actually good for your teeth.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't stick the sugar and stuff. The sugar in Twizzlers does not stick to your teeth the same way other sugars and candies do. And also unless you eat like a 5-day-old puppy, like and consume your food and stuff. Like the amount of chewing you do on it will increase the saliva in your mouth, so like your teeth get washed away. Your teeth get a washing as you're chewing, basically.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
So Twizzlers is almost like the celery of candy because like it actually has a benefit.
Wow. I don't know if I should believe you or not. That sounds really just.
It sounds
like
it
false
sounds
information.
too spot on to be fake.
Okay. You guys know how much I love sweets and everything, right? I've discovered.
Oh, you mean
that
every couple shows you're like snacking on a 12-pound bag of gummy bears that's probably under your desk where my energy drinks are?
Yeah, Thursday night for my birthday, like they brought the cake and all that stuff. Like I had like 2 bites of the slice of cake and discovered I have a cavity.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah. So chicken's coming home to roost now.
That's an old-timey saying, LeRon. When did you learn that?
I grew up in the South, y'all.
Oh God. All right. Well,
Cheez-Its are my go-to. I've been editing this weekend, making promos and stuff for Boss Rush Entertainment, and so I've had just a giant bag of Cheez-Its right over here that I demolished. Pringles are also going to be my go-to, but also because I'm trying to eat healthier, I'll have a veggie tray ready of just carrots and broccoli, ready to go whenever I need it. But,
you got that dip? You got that dip?
I got that dip. Good French onion, and then, of course, ranch. I mean, you can't go wrong with that one. I do have, because I convinced my boss to let me off at noon on Thursday so I can watch Summer Games Fest live. I also have a very special barbecue being dropped off at the house at the same time the Summer Games Fest is starting, so I can, enjoy it.
Nice. What's in this one? Beautiful Mike and Ike's and Jelly Bellies?
Corey. Just because, you don't have the refined palate of the barbecue from Kansas City, Now, this one is... no, I said the palate of Kansas City. This one has coffee as part of the rub. I'm really looking forward to it.
I just want to let you know, Logan, I live in Northeast Ohio, okay? You know what we're famous for? You know what we're famous for, quote unquote? What food we're famous for?
Well, I mean, you guys are famous for the graveyard you call quarterbacks.
I mean, you're not wrong. This is the first time we've had the same quarterback 3 years in a row. 4 years, I guess, now. Jeez.
How long did you guys have to wait for Bud Light to be able to open? Okay, Bud Light did all those cans of Bud Light that, hey, as soon as...
Yeah, it was a year and a half.
It was a year and a half.
Well, they said the next time the Browns win a game, right? they'll open the freezers or whatever. And that was the final game of the season, the year before they went 0-16. So they had to wait a whole season and then another half of one. Anyways, you know what we're famous for?
Hoagies.
Burgers.
Okay,
And
burgers
guess what?
are good.
They're not great.
Really?
He just threw his city under the bus. He was like, you know what? Nah.
I don't care. You know what?
See, at least I have hometown pride.
Yeah, I don't.
I live in Kansas City. I'm from Chicago. I love both of them to death.
So
at least I have some hometown.
For me, I'll be snacking on some extra baked Cheez-Its. I'm a big fan of the Cheez-Its, like Logan. You can't go wrong with a Cheez-It. Don't bring me cheese nips, okay? Cheese nips can suck it. It's got to be Cheez-Its.
It's that perfect blend of salt and cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm. Have you had the extra baked ones?
Oh, dude, they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
But see, even like the low-fat version, not bad.
No, not bad. But man,
I even like the white cheddar ones too.
Yeah, my wife gets the white cheddar ones. I'm still a regular fan. I'll eat the white cheddar ones. Also, my mom keeps bringing these veggie chips over for my daughter, but they're shaped like Mickey Mouse, so she'll eat them. Gotta say, pretty good. Pretty good. So,
I really need to make like some dessert item just to have in the background in case I get a sweet tooth craving. Try E3, figure it out.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Nick, what are you snacking on?
So I think we will be snacking on copious amounts. Well, I know the guys will be snacking on a lot of pizza. We'll be drinking a lot. And I'll be drinking a lot of liquid death water. Because I bought 6 cases, filled up my beer fridge in the garage. And, so I don't know about a lot of snacking. There's going to be a lot of liquid snacking.
That's fair.
That's for sure.
Because
I lost 30 pounds. I don't want to gain that back. I really don't. I cheated, but I still lost it. COVID helped me lose the weight.
I cheated.
It is cheating. It's bullshit. A lot of people have to work hard, and I just got sick. I mean,
you know what?
Cool,
you know what? There are days when I need to lose 10 damn pounds, and I'm like, man, can I just go? Can I catch the flu real fast? It's people think we joke around about that, but we're being serious.
Nick, you might appreciate this. So we found a bottle of 11-year Lagavulin.
Where did you get that?
Found it at one of the random liquor stores here in Kansas City. That is the Offerman collection, though, too. It's the setup that they did with Parks and Rec.
That is amazing.
Oh, dude, it's so freaking good.
How much did you spend on that bottle?
85, which wasn't terrible. Not bad at all. I've seen him go for as much as 130, so I was pretty happy with my roommate on finding that one.
Well, the cool thing about that bottle is not only after you're done drinking through it, that's definitely something, like, I know it's totally douchey frat guy type of thing, but it's like you can keep that bottle for sure and display it. Like,
this is a show-off bottle for
absolutely
for all of you at home. I mean, this is definitely one we'll be enjoying for a long time.
I think we'll be drinking a lot of whiskeys from like Detroit Distillery, Two James, which is another Detroit distillery that they do great whiskeys. I'll probably be drinking a lot of local beer, but I'll try Detroit style pizza, which is literally just a deep dish pizza. I don't care what people say.
So good.
It's just deep dish.
Well, but it's not. I mean, you guys have your own style, and it's awesome. I mean, it's a perfectly great pizza. Yeah. Like, I wish Detroit style was more popular across the US.
The caramelized crust is what really.
That's what it does. Because, like, and it doesn't have, okay, I love Chicago, but we over sauce everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so it's a little too much.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get that. Yeah. I'm proud of Detroit and all the. If you're in Detroit, it's a perfect foodie location.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal foodie location.
Like, there's so much you can just find everywhere, and you don't have to be afraid of Detroit. It's not. Oh, I'm not saying there's not areas that aren't scary, but most of it's not scary. Like,
I mean, that's
downtown,
though, right? I mean,
right. Right, but unfortunately, like, when you see like in the movies, like, they show off Detroit, like, or like on the news, like, here's Detroit, and it's just like a shithole. It's like not all of it looks like that. I promise.
I saw Beverly Hills Cop.
I saw Beverly. Get out! I'm done with you. I'm over it. Get it out of you.
Oh man, wow, Greg, thanks.
Good.
Thanks for your question. Remember, you can email us at bossrushnetwork@gmail.com. If you want to email us your question, please send us your questions. We want you to send them. Anyways, we're going to get into some housekeeping here. This is the Boss Rush Podcast, the flagship show of the Boss Rush Network. Each and every week, we get together with our friends from around the internet to talk about video games and everything we love about them. You can catch the show live on twitch.tv/BossRushGamesLive Live on Sunday nights or on Mondays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other apps, as well as YouTube. Please leave us a 5-star review and a nice comment. It really helps us grow. If you want to email the show, you can email us at bossrushnetwork@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at Boss Rush Network. Join our Discord and our Facebook group to join our awesome community. If you're watching live on Twitch, you can just click the links below. If not, they're in our info somewhere. I don't know. You can find all of our content on,
nice comment.
on bossrushgames.com. So a few quick notes here too. Next week, our regularly scheduled programming will be altered a little bit because we are doing Boss Rush at night, Friday through Tuesday, where we are covering each and every conference that goes on. Friday night, LeRon and I and a panel of guests. I think Logan, you're on Friday night, right? You and Austin, I think.
Yeah, and Josh.
Yeah, Josh is pending, but we're going to cover Summer Games Fest and some of the stuff that's happening there. Although I know, LeRon, you guys are covering Summer Games Fest in a more detailed way on twitch.tv/Exodus803 at some point, right?
Yeah.
So
yep.
We're just going to cover a couple things there and kind of what we expect from the conferences the next couple days. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we are covering all of E3. So join us. Nick, you're joining us for the Xbox and PC gaming stuff.
Yep.
On Sunday. And it's a big undertaking. That's literally all I've been doing the last probably 48 hours is planning that. It's man, I was like, hey, I think this sounds like a good idea, and I put something in our Discord and on Twitter. And by the time I got home from work, I had to start telling people we are full.
A heads up, entertainment does take a little bit of a break too. Q-List will be going, but everybody else will be off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's we're gonna try to give some people time off the following week just because this is kind of a big thing. So, but regularly scheduled programming will resume after E3. So, very excited for Boss Rush at night, though, guys. I'm very excited. I think this is the biggest thing we've ever done.
And get your T-shirt, people. I got mine today, and I can't wait to get this thing in and wear it. It's gonna be awesome.
What, the E3
The
at
E3,
night?
the E3,
Yeah.
the E3 at night.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we get started with the regular content, I just need to ask because right now, like Mayweather and Logan Paul is happening.
Wait, is the fight happening right now?
Yeah.
I didn't think the actual fight started till like 8:30.
It's
I thought-
8:57.
It's 8:57 right now.
Wait, what?
I'm an hour behind you.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought the main card started at way later.
Yeah,
Well, okay. Well, that's neither here nor there. Like I'm just wondering who do we think's got this one?
Okay, if Mayweather loses, I will, because that'll be what, his first loss, right?
I think it'll be his first real loss. Yeah.
So if he loses
But-
against him, and it's an exhibition, I understand that.
yeah.
So there's with it being an exhibition, there's no points, right?
Yeah.
So this is just try to knock this person out.
Pretty much.
Essentially, yeah.
If Mayweather loses this, because he is a very defensive boxer,
And Paul's got 35 pounds on him.
and he's got arm length too.
Reach.
5 inches of reach, yeah.
Yeah, so it is sketchy, but it's still Floyd Mayweather. right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to see him mollywop him up and down the ring.
Same.
If Paul wins, then Vince McMahon's music is hitting, and we know that it's all right.
Okay, back to our regularly
Wow.
scheduled Boss Rush podcast.
Wow. So who's in the chat? Yeah, Pat is in the chat. He'll be joining us a couple nights on our panel as well. Yes, Pat, we have shirts. You can go to bossrushgames.com and click the store link at the top in the menu. It'll take you there. There's more shirts coming, including an Elite Block Agents at Ed's request for a PAL block. So,
Hey, Corey, I just want to say thank you for providing tank tops.
You're welcome.
On the merch store.
I literally only did that for you, LeRon.
I know you did. So, like, expect the $17.
LeRon's the one who's going to be pulling it off. What are you talking about?
God.
Hey, I might buy a regular shirt too, so I can turn that into a muscle shirt.
No, you're gonna cut the
So you cut
sleeves
the
off
sleeves
and wear
off?
the sleeves as a
Show us the
Direct.
side boob.
yeah.
Show the side boob. We need the side boob.
Oh, you want the deep cut? You want the deep cut?
Oh
muscles.
yeah, we need the
Help.
yeah. We need the. I've been working out at the football field all day. Coming back from that.
We also have patterned mini skirts on there too, if you want those.
Yay! That was way too enthusiastic.
Yeah, it was.
What am I gonna do with that? Make it a crop top?
I
What am
really
gonna
don't
do with that?
know what to do anymore. Help! Somebody help! We're going into our E3 predictions. Usually, we would start the show with a Boss Rush banter. Usually, but I feel like this is going to be kind of a long show just because we each have 5 predictions, and I just want to get through some of them and talk about them. I don't want anybody just to run through their predictions and then we move on, right? I kind of want to talk about ones that are interesting, that are kind of cool, that kind of thing. So, Nick, we're going to start with you just because I know that you're kind of on a time limit.
Yeah, which sucks.
So, but yeah, we're going to start with you. What are your 5 E3 predictions?
Yeah, so my first one is that Boss Rush will also get checkered thongs on the store.
Oh yeah, I can make that happen.
I'm working on it,
Benny?
but it has to be a different store. So we might have an adults only store.
Right,
mean-
Boss Rush After Dark.
Yeah.
that's the website.
Powered by Cirillas.
Yeah, we got at night for the kiddos that can stay up past bedtime, and then we got after dark for the folks that need the adult content.
Good.
Wow.
That
There you
would
go,
be a
see?
perfect space for us to get the assless chaps in.
Wow.
That's
This
what I'm
is
saying.
genius.
See, you get WASD on the show, and it just derails the entire time. That's the problem we got here. No, okay. So my first prediction is that we're gonna get more Infinite, more Halo Infinite. That team has been plugging away. I know at this game they've been revising it ever since they showed it off. With the wonky facial animations for that main pilot we saw. Because watching his face move when they first showed it off, I was like, "What? This isn't Looney Tunes, man! Like, this is weird to me." And then the Brute looked like Harambe, and I was like,
Craig
Yeah.
the Brute.
"Take it easy, buddy." But no, so like I'm thinking that team 343 is really gonna shine during that conference. But like looking at the Microsoft conference, I kind of a side note, that's gonna be a packed show.
Yeah.
Bethesda and Microsoft. Bethesda alone usually gets an hour and a half, 2 hour conference.
What do you
So like,
I think I have thoughts on Bethesda, but I mean let's see, they're probably going to deep dive into Starfield, right? They're probably going to
I have to.
I think they're gonna probably talk a little bit about their Indiana Jones project.
Yep.
And I think they're gonna announce Wolfenstein 3 for sure.
because
See, I think Wolfenstein 3 is a year away from even getting teased.
You think so?
I think it is. Because I think Bethesda's in a weird spot where they have to be overly careful with everything post Fallout 76. I know nobody wants that again. So I think Todd Howard and the team have to be a little bit more cautious of that. And I think Phil Spencer is also going to put the brakes on them a little bit more of saying, hey, don't talk about Elder Scrolls 6. Don't talk about this until you have an actual idea of what this game is. Don't start getting false ideas in people's heads. I think Bethesda's a year away from Wolfenstein 3. Because I also think Prey 2 is coming as well.
I do as well.
I think that's a year away. Again, I think those are both for next year.
So I think Starfield is a main hitter for Bethesda this year. I think that because again, with 76, they have to hit it out of the park. If they don't, and with Microsoft going, you now have our money.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just throwing your money out the door. You're also throwing our money out the door if you screw this up. Do not screw this up. Let's you know what you need to do, and we know what you need to do. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But I think we will get a teaser of some sorts. Maybe not for Wolfenstein, but I'm really thinking they already teased Elder Scrolls 6.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that tells me they have been plugging away at it, and they might have at least engine footage to show of it. In-engine footage. At least a little bit, possibly.
What if it's Skyrim remaster for Xbox Series
I
X?
will throw myself off a cliff. I'm not advertising that anybody else should. I will alone do it. Do not follow me.
What
Do
if
not follow me.
What if they give you Master Chief armor as an exclusive?
God.
I will go to Bethesda Studios and I will slap Todd Howard in his face. I will challenge him to a gentleman's duel. I'll grab a white glove and I'll slap him in the face with it. But no, Starfield. Here's another thing about Starfield. If they can hit Starfield and it's a home run, you have now just put crank on Star Citizen. Because if they can, so Star Citizen right now is cornering that market of space, exploration and adventure and action and shooting and just ships in general. If Bethesda goes, okay, cool, that game is never going to be released. Here's our game that is fully released and finished, and we promise it's not 76. Cool. But I don't think the main difference there is Star Citizen's online. I don't think Starfield is going to be online. So, but I think it will just for the Star Citizen developers to see how a game could be, because they're hitting some nails on the head for sure, but they are so far behind. And for them to see how Starfield's going to be, I think that'll be good. And I think it'll add some pressure to them. So more good than not, I think.
If you had to guess, when do you think Starfield's coming out?
I'd say holiday.
Holiday or early next year.
Depending on how close it is, because I mean, it seems like Starfield's the focus right now for Bethesda as well as Microsoft.
Right.
It seems like it is because they quickly put the brakes on it coming to any other console. They quickly put the brakes on that. And there was a little bit more news that trickled out about Starfield, but then it's been kind of quiet. So I would say holiday, if not first quarter next year.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely, without a doubt.
I think it also depends on, what some other companies are doing. I feel like, I feel like if something like, I know that if Halo's coming out this holiday, right? Like, I think we all think it is.
I thought it was next year.
Yeah, it's next year.
Halo? No, they're pushing 2021 because it's the 20th anniversary of Halo. The rumor is November.
They just came out and said.
Yeah, I thought
Let's try.
I'm gonna look it up. Infinite.
Yeah, I would hope so.
It already got delayed to 2022.
It says holiday 2021 on the Xbox website.
Okay, so are we taking bets for if this is getting delayed?
It's gonna get delayed again.
Just like God of War.
Well, my thing is if let's just say Halo's coming out. Let's just say Halo's coming out in November of 2021. Starfield would either have to come out in September or the first quarter of 2022 because I don't think they want to.
They're not going to want to go up against Forbidden West, and that's what they're going to run into if they do it in September. If you wait till the spring, I think that there's an Insomniac game coming in the spring. So, man, it's tough. I would do February if it were me with Starfield.
Yeah,
that's safe.
Which is, I think, is the rumor right now is February.
Yeah.
Which we actually talked about on Tower Casuals that might cannibalize Destiny might be wanting to look to move their release date for Witch Queen because you don't want two space RPGs coming out at the same time.
Especially not something like Bethesda releasing like a new IP.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
Bethesda goes, here's our new IP, regardless of how 76 went. And people can go, I'm not buying it. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. You're going to buy it. It's a new Bethesda game. I said that about Fallout 4. Fallout New Vegas was great. Fallout 3 was okay. This was okay. I don't know if I'm going to I got to wait for Fallout 4. I gotta see the reviews. Man, I stood in line and I got it. Okay, like everybody does it. So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Plus, I think like it being on Game Pass is going to be a huge thing for them too. You know, like you're going to have like 40 million people playing this game.
did they announce that's coming right to Game Pass?
It is all
has.
all Bethesda
Yeah,
games are coming day and date as well. So
Wow,
How is that?
they're killing the market right then and there. Then
yeah.
Now here's my question: Is that just Xbox Game Pass or is that
No, it's
everybody's
PC as
Game
well.
Pass? Okay, good, because I'm a little salty about MLB The Show 21 not being on PC Game Pass.
That was an MLB decision. So you should.
Yeah, I know.
You should talk to your Major League Baseball representative in where you live, Virginia. There's no Virginia teams, is there? No.
Nah. Every year we get closer and closer to getting our Norfolk team into the league, and something happens.
I mean, MLB can expand right now, but that's a whole other debate.
Sounds like yeah. Anyways, Nick,
yes,
Halo. You said Halo.
yes, sir.
What do you want from Halo Infinite? What do you want from a new Halo game?
Not to be Halo 5.
Oh, but Halo 5 was so fun. It was so good.
The story was fun.
No, the story was awful. The gameplay was awesome.
I liked the story. That's what I liked about it. Everyone else hated it.
I played through that game 4 times and I still have no idea what's happening.
So for the multiplayer, I don't want any loadouts. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the whole perk system type thing they did. It felt like Call of Duty to me when I started playing it. I was like, wow, this is not Halo. I don't need perks. Like, I don't need to be able to add a jetpack or to sprint or to do this and that. I'm trying to remember all the perks, but like, I didn't need that in a Halo game. I just needed to be Halo. I would like to be able to sprint without having a perk. Let me sprint. I'm the Master Chief. I'm a Spartan.
I think
I
in
can sprint.
4 and 5 you could sprint without a perk.
I thought those are the ones that introduced the perk. Because 3,
Reach
you were still...
introduced the sprinting as a perk.
Okay. I thought it carried over.
4 you could sprint without a perk because I
Right.
played the crap out of 4. 4 is my favorite
Right.
Halo game. That
Yeah, I
probably
like 4 a lot.
murders some people's
I like
souls.
2. I think 2 is my favorite.
A little bit, yeah.
But
2's the best. Let's not even argue that.
I would argue that, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
Being that this Halo is also going to be on the next gen, I want to get the same feeling I got loading up Halo 3 or 4 on my console when I first put it into the console. I want that feeling again where it's like, oh my god, like this is pushing it to me. Like looking at Halo back then, like even just loading it up going, wow, look at this game. Like it's beautiful, it's vibrant, and when it gets dark, it's gritty, and that looks beautiful and not vibrant, but it's just beautiful in the dark as well. So when I load this Halo up, I really want it to shine. I want it to be polished. I want the story to be insane, but I want it to not go off the rails. And I don't want to play as anyone else but Chief. I don't want to do that. I want to stay as Chief and play through Chief. And I'm really curious where they're taking the story now too. So, but I want a more competitive online as well, like more in the vein of arena shooters, how Halo kind of started.
Yeah,
that's what I want from this game.
Yeah, I would like to see a return to like Halo 3-ish arena
gameplay.
style.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. All right. What's your next prediction?
Yeah. So, I think that at this E3 we're going to get a movie trailer for Borderlands. It's just so they just teased the cast photos of them in like silhouetted. So I think we're gonna see something along the lines of a Borderlands movie trailer, at least like a voiceover from Jack Black as Claptrap, or I'm really thinking because Gearbox is there.
Yeah.
And what better way to really kick off E3 and to really like go, hey, movies and gaming, TV shows and gaming are starting to develop and do well now. We're not getting the Super Mario movie anymore. We're getting like The Witcher and they're working on The Last of Us right now for HBO. Like it's being taken serious.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
The Super Mario movie?
What?
Like the one from like the 90s, the early 90s one. Like he's talking about quality.
Anthony Hopkins and John Leguizamo.
You've
were,
never seen the Super Mario movie?
No. I saw that one. Wait, we talking about the old? No. Wait, is there a new one coming?
Yeah, there's an animated one.
Oh,
that-
animated. Okay.
I thought it was the same style as Sonic.
No, it's a fully animated one. It's the team that did Minions or Despicable Me and like Ice Age and stuff.
Are they doing the Minecraft movie too?
Yeah, supposedly. But that
Okay, 'cause
Minecraft
that's
movie
Steve
is
Carell is Minecraft
Maybe-
Steve, right?
yeah.
Maybe I should ask this on Pal Block's Discord. I need to know, why is Nintendo trying with a Mario movie? Why?
Because Mario's their biggest IP.
Mario ain't that damn big that they think an animated movie is going to work.
Listen, I think if they were to do anything, I think they should get in with HBO, Netflix, or Hulu, or no, not Hulu. Take that back. Amazon. Give me a Zelda show.
Exactly.
I would say a Metroid show.
Metroid.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
But those could both be adult shows. They don't have to be for kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
They could be at least TV 14 to
Side,
almost an
side tangent.
I'm
Side
sorry,
tangent. Zelda
okay,
show.
okay.
Zelda show would be cool. And I actually like if I was to do a Zelda show, it would not revolve around Link at all.
No, absolutely not.
It would revolve around Zelda and it would be like a political drama and like the overthrowing of the kingdom and like Ganon and his army of
basically-
thieves would overthrow the
Game of Thrones almost.
So basically, Game of Thrones is Legend of
No,
Zelda.
I don't know. I never watched an episode of Game of Thrones, and
I have not either. I've read the book though. Books.
but I would love that. And then like Link is in like the last episode for like
The
10
only-
minutes.
The only problem, I like the idea. The only problem I have with that, though, is that what age of Zelda are they going to put it in? Because isn't there like 4 distinct ages that the Legend of Zelda, the game series?
I can whip out the timeline if you would like me to, LeRon.
Can you just ship me the book and I'll read it and then send it back to you?
Here, the boss. You got the boss man up. He's looking for it.
Yeah.
LeRon.
He's got the Hyrulean Encyclopedia. Yeah, he does. See, I want that, but
Dude, go to Borders. Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble, dude. $20.
it's $20.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that at the Barnes and Noble for like $20, dude.
What?
That book you're holding in your hand.
Yeah, I got it for like 21 on Amazon.
LeRon's like, you sons of bitches.
Timeline right here, LeRon.
I mean, I'm not absolutely into the Legend of Zelda like that. Now, if they do something like that for the Metroid universe, hell yes. You see, I'm a sci-fi nerd. Like fantasy does not always ring the bells for me.
I gotta tell you, man.
Yeah, but seriously though, like there's so much Mario content out there, and animated series just does not. No,
I want an adult Mario movie. You can make that adult. You can make that adult. Just tripping.
Actually, you know what they do though? Instead of taking place in the regular like Mushroom Kingdom where almost all these shenanigans happen, they need to have it take place in like the scenarios of like the first Mario and Luigi where they're in like the what was that kingdom where the plant people are. Like either that kingdom or they need to just go completely flip it on
people.
Like they, oh god. See, I just
like
got
Toad?
No. There was the first Mario and Luigi game. They went to a different kingdom. And basically, like the people were mainly based off of plants, not like the toads or mushrooms. Like we got plants because like there was like the prince's name. The prince's name was like Prince Peasley or something like that. Like it was all like whimsically plant stuff. Either do that or I don't know because like Mario doesn't move that needle for me. Like you need to get Ed on the show if you want to talk about Mario stuff. Like,
We have a show for that. It's called Nintendo Power Block. You can find it live every Monday night and on podcast services on Wednesdays.
But my point is Nintendo would just be wasting their time throwing energy towards a Super Mario anything that's not a video game because in my opinion, I feel like with the 7 trillion Super Mario titles that are out there, across different platforms, including mobile, I feel like they beat this horse to death.
I do as well, for sure. So.
All right.
Borderlands movie for sure.
Yeah.
I really think that's what we're getting. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because I mean, what Gearbox? The rumor is they have like a Tiny Tina spinoff, right? Is the rumor right now, and then probably a second season pass for Borderlands 3. I'm assuming because they did 2 or 3 for Borderlands 2, so I don't see why they wouldn't just do 3. But yeah, I mean, I think the Borderlands movie would be probably the only other thing that they have, right? So
That's what I would think.
you think that movie's gonna be good?
What? Yes and no. So with the cast they got, it seems like that cast could work well together. And if the movie itself is going to be shit, the cast alone could make it redeemable by the chemistry that they offer each other. Especially Jack Black as Claptrap, which I found odd because why did you not use the original voice actor for that? It seems like a clout thing to me.
Yeah, well, no, the original voice actor for Claptrap got in a huge fight with Randy Pitchford, so that's probably why he's not there.
That's that too, yes.
They recast Claptrap for
that
Borderlands 3.
That movie would be a 3 on the IGN scale, but the cast will make it a 5.
I mean, that's
right.
I feel like the movie is gonna like devolve into a shit show, just like the Jumanji movies did.
Yeah, just like Jumanji, just like Assassin's Creed. I mean, we can go on.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm hoping
Jumanji
they
was
take
good.
the cue, though. I'm really hoping the studio takes the cue from, like, The Witcher and what The Last of Us show is about to be. But, like, I can see where a Borderlands movie could go off the rails, and it's like, dude, you've lost me. Like, now this is just stupid.
But I do.
Yeah, sorry.
No. I was just about to say I do agree with you, Nick. Though I do. This might be the year we actually see more like licensed movies stuff. Making appearances on these digital stages like E3 and stuff like that. I mean, it's video games in this decade. It seems like video games are actually realizing their crossover potential. We've got we've got 2 upcoming Resident Evil series coming out.
Yeah. Animated and live action.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's your next prediction?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I think I butchered that word real bad.
Yeah. So for the Xbox side of things, which I've kind of stayed on Xbox, but I'm really thinking we're going to get a new update for the Series X and S. I think that'll be a nice little system update, either some UI. So there tends to be at the E3. And I'm thinking they're going to talk about availability, right? Because like that's one of the things that everyone's sitting here going, when can I get an Xbox Series X? More so, when can I get a PS5? And I understand that, but they're not there. So Xbox has the main floor to go. Listen, we are cranking these out. Expect these to be in stores now, like, X day, right? Or X month. You could go to the store and not worry. Mm-hmm. So I'm expecting them to kind of talk about production a little bit, because obviously there's certain things they can't get into. But so new updates for the Xbox and production, hopefully, like a timeline of when can we get these in our hands. What are you? And I would like to know on the Microsoft side of things, what are you? It's not easy, but what are you gonna do about scalpers? Because this is getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't. I've been trying to get a PS5 since the launch. It's been what, almost a year? Right?
No, it hasn't been that long.
It's been like
Like,
six. It's been like 7 or 8 months.
6 months.
Yeah, so
6
half
months.
a year. But like, I've never. The Wii was the last time I had a problem getting a console. What was the Nintendo Wii?
I think the problem is, and it's not so much on Microsoft or Sony in this case, and even Nintendo to a certain extent.
Yeah.
When it comes to scalpers, it's actually, I think the main problem's on the retailers, because I mean,
Absolutely.
like like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they do direct sales. Well, actually, I don't think Nintendo does direct sales. Like you go to their website to look for a Switch or actually, they don't have DSs. Actually, the 3DS is completely done now, right?
Yeah. They haven't discontinued them, but officially. But I mean,
but if I'm not mistaken, though, when you go to the website and you go to purchase one, like they actually direct you to retailers. Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft do some direct sales, but it's not like really like massive, like like going to Best Buy or Amazon, stuff like that. So basically, what what needs to happen is we need to put this on the retailers. They need to do a better checks and balances system for how people are able to buy these things. Like for example, like you can't purchase more than 2 units per household. And I'm being nice saying 2 units per household.
Yeah,
yeah, but you can't purchase more than 2 units per household. You can't be using IP spoofers and stuff like that. So basically, like if someone is running bots, for example, to get this stuff, they're able to see that it's all like being auto generated way too quickly. Like for example, like my house, like my router, like it allocates a different IP address per system that's on there, whether it's a computer system, a tablet, laptop, anything like that. There should be better ways to sniff this stuff out and find out, like if this stuff is coming in too fast on the system, they should be able to say that this is not legit and it's not on the level and stuff like that. And I'm not saying directly block those, but actually put more scrutiny on those. For example, if a bot's like rapid firing like off credit card numbers, addresses, all this stuff, that's when you start throwing the captcha system in for every single inquiry. So hey, you put in your cart, boom. Who are you? Once you put your name in, you have a captcha. Yeah. Once you get past that, payment info, boom, another captcha. Shipping information, another captcha. This is not. I'm saying it's not hard, but I'm pretty sure that these companies have all these loss prevention companies to combat internal theft and stuff like that. They also need to launch loss prevention protocols and stuff to help keep from defrauding their actual customers, things like that. That's all I'm going to say. At this point, I think it's actually on some of these retailers. And there's somebody like sliding their hands across themselves and stuff like that, because it's hitting their bottom line, and it's making it's keeping them in the black for a year and stuff like that. And ultimately, you're gonna risk actual having like tangible, credible sales, because
absolutely.
people are gonna get tired of coming to your store to buy your stuff if they can't always get the one thing that they want.
Do you think, continuing on this, do you think there's anything that Microsoft and Sony can do to kind of put these retailers in check? Listen, our product, you need to do this. If you're not going to do this,
isn't Xbox doing the insider program thing where you can sign up to be notified first if you're in the insider program, which is nice, I guess. But if you're in the insider program, I bet most of those people already have one. So,
yeah, what companies like Microsoft, Sony, and even Nintendo need to do is they need to start doing this. They need to start turning around saying, "Hey, Amazon, this week we're giving you we're gonna give you 100 units to sell to your customers." And then what they do is they monitor what's getting sold versus what's getting activated at the time. And then they're 80% of this allocation, went to people who aren't even using these systems, stuff like that and things like that. And they can turn around and say, hey, we noticed, we sent you X amount of this shipment. You sold through it pretty fast, but guess what? There was no credible numbers for actual activations in the system. These systems weren't turned on as quickly as they were purchased, which means that you sold merchandise to people who are actually trying to get over on us and make more money off of our product and stuff like that. And then they can start putting the squeeze on. Listen, you have to do a better job of QAing your actual consumers, or we will start decreasing the amount of shipment you guys get. And if they do it to Amazon, if they do it to GameStop, if they do it to Walmart, if they do it to Target, if they do it to B&H Video, all them places and stuff like that, I guarantee you, we're not going to see a complete and total stop the scalping, but we're going to see. I reported a couple months ago that Sony's overall revenue from scalpers was only 11% on PS5, only 11%. But just imagine if we can cut that down to 3%.
Exactly. And that's what we want to see as gamers. It's dude, I just want one in my house.
Damn, I could have turned this into a segment for Crossroads. Damn.
We can talk about it
still
again.
can.
We'll do this entire segment at Crossroads, dude.
Let's do it, man.
You still can. There's no rule saying you can't. It does end up on your channel. It's not I
get passionate talking about tech sometimes. I do.
Same. We can talk about 3080 Ti and everything eventually here too, buddy.
God.
Oh,
Nerds.
God, come on. No, please don't. I'm still rocking a 2080 Super, and I had to
Fine with my 2080.
Nerds.
I had to beg my roommate for his when he got his 3090.
He got a 3090.
He got a 3090. He paid the overhead for it, but he got a 3090.
Damn.
My Switch vibrates real loud because it's a launch Switch, and it just...
Or it's like, yeah, I got one of these.
No, I went on the eShop yesterday to look at the sales, and all of a sudden, like, my fan started, like, rattling my Switch real loud, and then the HD rumble started going off, like, just out of nowhere, and I was searching the store. I'm like, man, I hope that Switch Pro gets announced real soon, because this thing is about to blow up.
Oh, no.
But Nick, you got any more predictions?
Yeah, I got two more. I'll make one of them quick, and then the other one I think is going to be a good topic.
Cool.
Rainbow Six Siege. This is a quick one. I think we'll get a big update, whether it be DLSS, HDR. I think HDR is in it, but DLSS, ray tracing, all that stuff. I think they might dive into that a little bit, and that might be more geared towards the PC gaming show when they talk about Rainbow Six. Maybe a new map, maybe some new characters, maybe a new event. So I think that'll be talked about a little bit. So that's Rainbow Six.
I'm gonna one up you on that. I think that's actually going to be a main focus of Ubisoft Forward.
You think so?
I think that takes a quarter of the time.
I think I feel like Ubisoft Forward is going to be the Rainbow Six show because they're not going to want to oversaturate us with Assassin's Creed. One of my 5 predictions is on here, and I'll save it for when it gets to my turn. But they're not gonna oversaturate us with another Assassin's Creed. They're not going to. They're probably still cooling their heels from games like Watch Dogs and stuff like that. So we probably want to see a lot of that. I think this is the year that Rainbow Six gets some recognition. Rainbow Six Siege for sure, and Rainbow Six Parasite.
Yeah, we still are waiting for Parasite. So
yeah,
I think you guys are right on that. So maybe my prediction was actually should have been a bigger prediction.
Yeah, I mean that's.
No. Oh, sorry. My last one, I got tripped up. My last one is I think Gears of War, something new with the Gears of War franchise. Whether that be, an expansion to the last one, or a new Gears, or we finally get the tease of said movie that is supposedly was in production, was not in production, is in production, isn't in production, or is, what I mean? Like it's.
Isn't that why Dave Bautista turned down that one movie so he could play Marcus Phoenix in a pitched Gears movie?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I mean, something Gears of War I think is going to happen.
Don't pull my heartstrings, dude.
I'm hoping. I'm ready. I'm ready to cry again. When Dom died,
Dom!
I cried a little bit. Dom. So I'm hoping some cool Gears news drops. I'm hoping some cool Halo stuff drops. Starfield stuff. Like, I'm just hoping. Okay, it's not a prediction, but this is rather a hope. I'm hoping they have learned from the beginning of the pandemic, because right when the pandemic hit last year is when they were gearing up for E3. Somewhat. I mean, they were getting ready to get the shows planned. I mean, it's planned far out, but it's a lot of extra stuff they need to do before. So I'm really thinking this year in the pandemic together, and as developers and anybody in the games industry, they've had a year to prepare for this. So now they know how to operate through E3 in an at-home setting, in a pandemic setting. So I'm really hoping this E3, despite it being still within a pandemic confine, I'm hoping they learned and they've been able to say, listen, we want you guys to have the same E3 experience you guys have had since before this. So let's get through this hurdle this year from last year's hurdle, because last year was kind of rough. It wasn't bad, but it was rough, and we can't blame them for that. I saw people doing it, and I was like, not cool. Like, what could they have done?
Now, do you think that Xbox is going to do like a I know it's like an all digital event, but do you think they're going to go in a studio and actually do a thing, or do you think that they're going to do it from like Phil Spencer's terrible microphone setup? Sorry, Phil. I love Phil Spencer. I think he's great, But dude, get that man a microphone. Dude, this microphone is $100. You tell me Microsoft can't spend $100 on Phil Spencer to get him a microphone?
With how big I think their conference is going to be with them and Bethesda both, there is room for spectacle here. There is room for shock and awe. There is room for pyro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is room to like really blow people away, and Bethesda needs it too. So it wouldn't. I think they might rent out like a small little thing, like a studio, and just go crazy. Which they should go crazy.
We need a Keanu Reeves moment.
No, because last time that happened, the game came out and it was shit.
Yeah.
But that moment was fantastic.
It was
you're fantastic.
You're fantastic.
We need that.
We do, and this community also needs something positive to happen, because in light of the and I'm sorry to take away from the main topic, but in light of the God of War delay, all those weird. We just bitched about it on the podcast on our Twitter page, but these weird, terrible people wishing terrible things to Alana Pierce and the entire Santa Monica team. It's like, we really need something big and positive to happen in gaming, and those people just need to go the hell away. I'm just done seeing this. Every time a game gets delayed, pushed back, or something, it's just it's titled gamers. It's insane.
I swear, like, I always soapbox about stuff like this. But here's my thing. Before you get all bent out of shape about a game being delayed or whatnot, why don't you develop a game yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
and set a timetable. It is June 6, 2021. Set your date for June 30th, 2023. And start developing and programming for me. And do me a favor. Make sure it is a quality product, because us gamers are going to slay you if it's shit.
If it's not perfect, you'll get slayed.
Exactly. So set yourself a date. Start developing and programming your game. Release it, please. And then see what happens. See if you can actually like work under the demands and the pressure of the people who are fronting you the money to make the game. And stuff like that. I want to see it.
Big ups to Corey though.
Oh yeah.
No,
he stepped right out and said, "Listen, if you're gonna bitch at someone, bitch at me. I'm the one who pushed the game back. Any changes made to the game is my decision. Do not yell at my team. Do not talk to a lot," because they were wishing some terrible things on her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say that CD Projekt Red deserved everything they got. But at the same time, like when they delayed Cyberpunk for 2 extra weeks, people were issuing death threats.
Right. So what do you do at that point? What do you do at that point? 2 extra
weeks,
the top guys are going, the game has to come out because we can't sustain like this, right?
Stick figure simulator. It better be out day and date, June 30th, 2023. There, Auditor 415.
Yeah, and it better be perfect.
I just want to say,
perfect spherical head.
Game Creator Garage for Switch comes out next week, so you
can make. Is it like game. Dreams, but for the Switch?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except it's like Nintendo-fied, but there's no.
There you go. And like Nintendo's just about to like release an initiate program for people to learn how to program games. Sony has already done it, stuff like that.
Microsoft technically already did it too with Project Spark, but it came out on Xbox One, so nobody got it. Yeah,
stop fucking bitching. Like, develop your own game. Like, let us the gamers like assess and judge your product, and then see how you feel about it. When it's around like, oh, your game was like a 1 out of a 10.
Right. Preach, baby. Keep preaching, please. Please. So, yeah. Sorry I had to go off that tangent. But yeah,
it's cool. All right. Well, anybody else have any predictions, or did you guys not write them down? Are you winging it? Logan, you look like you're about to wing it.
Oh, no.
I got 10, dude.
No. Logan brought like a 10. He got
We're not doing 10.
Unfortunately, I also have to piece off the show in a minute. So,
good, man. I have narrowed it down to 5. So I'm going to start with an easy one. Flight Simulator is available on console Game Pass today. During the Xbox press conference, they're just going to go ahead and put it on Game Pass.
Way to really go out on a limb there, Logan.
I know. It's an easy one. There's my easy one. Next one. Ubisoft announces new Mario Rabbids game.
No, not another one.
No.
One sold way too well not to make another one.
That game's
Yeah,
amazing.
I appreciate Mario Rabbids Kingdom. I appreciate it.
I'll try it.
Oh, dude, you should try it. Do you like XCOM at all?
I can't. Yes and no. It's like love hate.
It's like baby's first XCOM. It's so good.
Baby's first X.
Or if XCOM's not floating your boat, like think it's like a more simplified Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll have to try it.
It's not that.
Yeah,
good.
you don't have to worry about the ATB system because Tactics had kind of a weird ATB system. Like you cast a spell and you have to wait for someone to conjure it, which could be like seven moves later and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about all that.
Wow.
I think Ubisoft will come out with it because I don't expect it to. The Ubisoft press conference in general is intriguing to me for a lot of different reasons, but I think that's one that they throw in at the end is kind of a people pleaser. This is a way to kind of just, hey, awesome. Yeah, Nick, you're the man.
What did I do?
Oh, you just put in the chat. Oh, my apologies.
I want to
do?
say though, Ubisoft did make the best Star Fox game in the last 20 years, though. So
It's true. Very true. Number 3, Spyro 4 gets announced
That'd be sweet.
at Summer Games Fest. Yes.
Woo!
Sony's in a good spot, and that team isn't currently working on anything that we know about.
yeah,
So,
they are. They're making Call of Duty
announced.
maps.
Well, they're making Call of Duty maps, but put that team to work with Spyro 4. I think this game's been in development for about a year and a half, 2 years. I don't think it gets released until fall or holiday 2023, but I think a Spyro 4 announcement is coming.
Didn't they also kind of tease it in the Crash art book or whatever that there's Spyro concept art in there or something?
Well, yeah, roughly. And the assumption too was because we got the Crash remastered collection, and then we immediately got within a year or two we got a Crash 4, right? And Crash 4 was fun. It was good times. A lot of fans thought, okay, they're going to do the exact same thing here with Spyro. Spyro Reignited trilogy came out. It was awesome. It was a great time. And now we're going to get a new Spyro game. Also wouldn't totally shock me to see Spyro coming into Crash Team Racing because I know that they're trying to revamp that series or that game a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. Sunset Overdrive Remastered is coming in spring 2000 or is coming in 2022. Sunset Overdrive 2 is coming in 2023.
You really think Insomniac's going to give up Ratchet and Spider-Man to do that?
I think they are because of my last prediction, which we're going to talk about here in a second. I think Insomniac's working on 2 big games right now, and I think Sunset Overdrive is one of them. I think that they are aiming for a summer 2022 release with the remaster because that's the perfect summer game to do. I think 2023 sets up for Sunset Overdrive 2 to come out, PlayStation 5 exclusive, and I think that game is part of the one that starts this. We are not continuing to put games on the PS4. So the remaster will absolutely come out on PS4, but Overdrive 2 is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. We will have consoles in homes by then at a consistent enough basis where, that's going to be the end of the sharing console with developers thing.
Here's my thing when I say this to Sunset Overdrive Remastered. They're probably gonna let another studio handle the remastering of that because
which is fine. Yeah.
Blue Point.
Because I mean, if anyone's beaten Spider-Man Miles Morales, they already know that Spider-Man 2 has been set up from the ending of Miles Morales and stuff like that. So if anything, Insomniac right now is probably gonna have to divide their time between the next Spider-Man sequel as well as whatever they may want to do with the next IP. That's just the way I'm thinking about it. Yes, I am still all for like Sunset Overdrive 1 coming to PlayStation as well as a sequel to Sunset Overdrive. But I think Insomniac might be. I think if you put all that in Insomniac's hands, it might be a little too big of a bite for them to chew.
Which leads me into my last one. Spider-Man 2 is getting a spring release.
Interesting.
Because I think God of War is coming in the fall. So if you look at the last time Spider-Man released in the fall, God of War was the spring. I think we're doing the reverse on this one. I think Spider-Man's getting the spring release because, if you play Miles Morales, it feels like a lot of that world's already built.
Yes.
You kind of have an idea of what the villain situation could be. You don't have to make a game that's like a lot longer than Miles Morales, because I think Miles Morales, kind of the beauty of it was how 10, 12 hours is all you needed to beat that game.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe you go 18 hours with the next Spider-Man game, but the world's there. I think Insomniac's ready to go. I think we get a big announcement about it. I think we get a dedicated state of play in like September, October, and then that sets up pre-orders and all that good stuff going for a spring release. Because like I said, I think Horizon is coming in September. I think Spider-Man 2 would come out in March or April. That sets up God of War to be an October, November release. Fill the summer in with like your Sunset Overdrive. Set that in with Spyro. Maybe throw out a new little big Planet game somewhere in there, and I think it's a pretty dang good year for Sony exclusives.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, man, Logan brought this.
I have. Can I share one? Can I share one more?
Fine.
Because I just want to piss Dan off. No Breath of the Wild 2 announcement. Phantom Hourglass from DS is getting remade.
I hate you.
For Switch.
Go away. You're fired.
I do like.
Go watch
the
High School
quintessential-
Musical.
No.
The Logan
Link
pen tap. I like
between-
that a lot.
Link between two worlds, at least, not Phantom Hourglass. Come on.
Phantom Hourglass coming to Switch.
Or Minish Cap.
I did mention it to one of my friends who's a journalist, and he's like, God, I hate that. He's like, I hate how like that could happen on the object. Like, he's like, I don't believe it for a second. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is getting a huge blowout. He's like, but yeah, he's like, how Nintendo of a move would it be to not show it instead give you like Phantom Hourglass? Because the only reason I say Phantom Hourglass is they did renew the trademark back in March.
Well, they do that for all their games, though.
Yeah, they do that for all their games. Yeah,
Right. I still think it's getting remade.
I hate you. Go watch High School Musical, nerd.
You're watching.
Wait,
We had a live
High
watch
School-
along. Yeah.
High School Musical, the series. Wait,
No.
High School Musical, the series. There we go.
Yeah.
It's all right. After
I
E3,
mean,
I promised Logan that we could do a live Twitch watch along on the Entertainment Twitch channel. So,
Oh, Josh wants to join us for that too, by the way.
For High School Musical.
oh, God. All right. So before we get into LeRon's predictions, Nick, I know you have to go.
Yeah. This sucks.
Thank
We
you.
love you.
Thank you for joining us, though.
Yes.
You're welcome here anytime. Any Sunday you're off or anything, anytime you want to be on one of these Knucklehead shows, I'm sure. But
Well, I promise you, next Sunday I have nothing going on.
yeah, until
So-
Diggity calls. Till
We're
Diggity
recording
calls.
earlier.
Nah.
We're recording that earlier.
I'm
So-
just kidding. You wanna plug your podcast one more time and tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I am from the WASD and Beyond podcast, and you can find us at Beyond WASD on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find me myself at flies.avi or flies.ngs on Twitter and Instagram. And the other co-hosts, if you find them, you find them. If you don't, they're not that important. So it's all me, baby. No, I'm joking. They're great. Matt and Evan are awesome. And I'm more than stoked that you guys have me on. And next Sunday is going to be tiring and a blast. So
Yeah, both. So
yes.
Well, Nick, thanks for coming on. We'll see you later, man.
Take it easy, dudes. Have a great show.
All
See ya.
right, good seeing you, man.
Bye.
All right, LeRon, you're up. What kind of predictions do you have? Anything crazy
All right, well-
like Flight
well,
Simulator coming to Game Pass?
Unlike Logan here, I did not bring an entire Bible of predictions for the show, and the 5 predictions I do have are kind of safe. One of them is a little off the wall, but just bear with me here. All right, my first one. Nintendo finally pulls the trigger and announces the next version of the Switch. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is they need to plug every single freaking leak that's been happening right now. We're getting to the point now where it looks like the Switch, if the new Switch, if it comes out for the United States, is going to be priced somewhere around $389. So sounds like we're going to have a $400 system on our hands here, which is going to be the most high dollar amount Nintendo system that we've seen to date. I'm willing to believe that because of one simple thing, and thanks to Dan and David over at Pal Block for helping me like wrap my brain around this. Like, you already have like the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is $200. You have the regular Nintendo Switch, which is $300. They can't price drop the Nintendo Switch to
the rumor is they're phasing out
so they're just going to completely
model.
get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to completely get rid of it. But still, that means that you'll. Okay, so what do they price the Nintendo Switch? I'm going to call it
$299, right?
The rumor is it's just going to replace this current model and still be $299 to compete with the Series S.
Okay, so all right, so here's the question then. So you're going to have two different models of the Switch out, and what's going to happen is like they're both going to be on the shelves, and no one's ever going to buy the older one.
Well, the thing is people they're going to pull the whatever inventory they have and use what parts they can use on they're just going to pull inventory.
So basically just the Joy-Cons.
Yeah. No, well,
cuz they're not going to be able to use the dock.
No. Well, they don't sell the extra docks got discontinued a long time ago.
Well, yeah, the
like
extra
2 years ago.
got discontinued.
I have 3 by the way if anybody needs one.
What? You sit on 3 docks?
Yeah, I got one I got one in my office, one in my bedroom, and one in the living room.
And I've been having problems playing Monster Hunter on my.
I know. It makes me laugh every time.
Okay, so you really don't need me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this next week, do you? Okay, all jokes aside. Okay, so basically, like the all the leaks are saying that like it's gonna have a price point around $380 something. I'm just gonna assume they're just gonna make it like $399.99 to avoid any type of wild confusion about the pricing and stuff like that. But if you guys are saying that it's gonna be $299 and basically they're just gonna like repo all the existing Switches.
Well, like
that's logical.
I think $400 is a fine price point for that, but if they're replacing the current model, you don't want to put out a model that's, $100 more if you're replacing the current model. That's my only theory. Is like
what was the pricing scheme when they went from the 3DS to the new 3DS?
The new 3DS XL was $150.
That can't be right.
I bought it the first day. It was $150. The
XL?
Well, the last model that they put out was the new 2DS XL, and it was $149.99. The 3DS XL was, I think it was $179.99 when it came out.
Okay.
So.
And that was what? How much more compared to the original?
The original 3DS when it came out was $250.
What?
Yeah. When the 3DS first launched, it was $250, and that's why they had the ambassador program where if you bought it at that price point, you got all these free games and whatever, and then they dropped the price to $170, I want to say.
Okay, because I didn't get it. I didn't get the new 3DS at launch. I didn't get the new 3DS until the Monster Hunter 4 edition of the 3DS came out. Mm-hmm. So I got the nice little bundle for like $200.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like my 2DS XL. It's nice. It matches my Switch and the Switch Joy-Cons actually. So, but man, I gotta tell you though, LeRon, I need this new Switch Pro thing. Like, not necessarily because I care about like a 4K. I mean, a 4K Zelda would be great, but like my Switch is so broken inside because I bought it on launch day. It's a launch console. It's dying, dude. It's like it's chugging along.
And your daughter's played all sorts of like wiffle. Like
she chucked it, dude.
And...
she chucked it across the room, and my casing has a small crack on top, and I'm really sad. But yeah, man, I need that new Switch. I've been holding out for so long.
it's really going to be a test for me to see like how soon it takes me to jump on it, because in all honesty, well, here's the thing about it. Like I think Nintendo did this to me on purpose. Like you just heard me complain that my dock has been acting up and stuff. Sometimes it does what it wants to do, and sometimes it's like, why is everything at 480p on my 4K television and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a test of wills and patience to see how long it's going to take for me to like pull the trigger and buy this new Switch. Even though like I need to know more specs about the system, because like if it's on the new Tegra chip, is it going to be supporting DLSS? Is it going to be?
That's the rumor. Is it's going to have DLSS. It's going to be on the Tegra X2. It's going to be a customized version of the Tegra X2, and the screen is going to be an OLED with no bezel. Which I was actually measuring the current Switch right now, and well, I wasn't measuring it now, but I mean, just looking at it right now, the screen that they're saying it's the size actually fits on this size of a Switch, which we were talking about. There's so many Joy-Cons out there that they're gonna want to keep those going.
Yeah.
Right.
And
you have to.
I think the Switch I think the unit itself is going to be the same exact size. You're just going to have better insides.
Yeah, I
think they're going to have better audio. Yeah, better audio as well.
I hope so, because the speakers on this thing suck.
Speakers suck.
Is it going to have Bluetooth capability?
It has.
It doesn't have to, dude. It's Nintendo.
I think
And here's my thing about it. Here's my thing about it. Is the dock going to have a dedicated Ethernet port?
Yes, that's the rumor. It's going to have USB 3.0 and a dedicated Ethernet port, and it's going to have processing power in it also, is the rumor.
Okay.
So, because of this channel, y'all, as soon as the Switch Pro comes out, I'm getting one, because that's going to be my reintroduction back to the Switch, because I had a Switch for a really long time. My roommate has one, but like, it needs to have an Ethernet port. It needs to have Bluetooth. Give me better audio. Please.
Hey, Boss Rush Network forced me to get back into PlayStation. It happens.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing. I'm sorry.
It's not. It's not a bad thing. It's not.
I mean, I'm sure Austin would just like to turn it into a Vita podcast. He talk about all of his anime underwear games.
I don't know if Austin's watching right now, but real soon he's gonna actually like host a show. He doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna host one entire show. Like I'll do all the production stuff, but he'll run the show. Like as a matter of fact, I'm be like, hey, create show notes for this for the show, and it's your baby.
Wow.
He's a great host.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard him on LAN Party. I know. All right. So, like
now
I said,
you're making me feel bad, LeRon, that I forced you into the PlayStation podcast.
I am not trying to make you feel bad, man. I gotta say, like, I gotta.
You can always get one of the OG members back if you really asked hard enough.
I gotta say, you guys asking me to join Boss Rush is probably one of the best things that could have happened to me as far as content creation and all that stuff. So no, like I always make it sound like it's a burden, but it's not. Like, didn't you see my tweet yesterday? Like I sat down.
I don't have my notifications turned on for you. You're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, Ed has specifically your shirtless pics. On occasion. I don't know how he did it, but
fair enough. Prediction number 2 for me. This is the 35-year anniversary for Metroid, as well as Legend of Zelda, and the one thing that everyone and their mother had.
Nobody cares except me.
Yeah, Kid Icarus, like what? It took like what, 4 console generations for Kid Icarus to get a sequel.
There's a sequel on the Game Boy. Okay. It's called Kid Icarus 2. Which when the 3DS version came out, they're like, yeah, the Game Boy version doesn't count. They literally said that in an interview. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
With all these anniversary of like marquee franchises for Nintendo, I have a funny feeling like Metroid Prime 4 is nowhere close to being ready, so we might get a teaser for that. But I have a funny feeling that they've been listening to everybody on the internet, and we might get word about a Metroid Samus Returns port for the Switch.
See, is that done though? I heard a rumor that was already done.
No, supposedly the HD trilogy for Prime is done, but
okay.
Yeah.
So Corey, answer this one. Why have they been sitting on it? Like, are they just waiting for something to fill in like the holiday space?
The rumor is they're waiting until Metroid Prime 4 gets a full reveal and release date, and then they're gonna put out the trilogy to hold people over because it won't come out for like a year after. That's the rumor, but that's been a rumor for 2 years. So I don't know. And then recently a ex-developer at Retro came out and said that Metroid Prime 3 would be almost impossible to port because of the motion controls. And then everybody like got mad at him because they were like, oh well, Skyward Sword got a Switch port, and then whatever.
So would it be too far? Would it be too far out of line to say this? That okay, so if E3 Nintendo's trying to showcase everything, it might be a little too much to have Breath of the Wild 2 and a Switch Pro, or I'm gonna call it the Super Nintendo Switch because that's what it should be called. If that takes up E3, would it be fair to say then like dedicate Tokyo Game Show to Metroid Prime 4?
No, and because Japan doesn't care about Metroid at all.
Yeah, for real.
But fair. The huge rumor is that Nintendo is going to drop a trailer for the Switch Pro before E3 so that at E3 they can focus on the games running on the product. That's been the rumor for a week and a half. Dan and I were all prepared last week to do a react, and it never happened, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe Jeff Keighley will reveal it. Maybe he'll pull it out of his butthole or something. I don't know. He'll want to be like Reggie, where Reggie would pull like the 3DS or whatever, or the Wii remote out of his jacket pocket or whatever to reveal the console or whatever. And Jeff Keighley's like, I'm gonna poop it out.
What if it's his sponsorship with GameStop, right? And what if it is Reggie?
I mean, Reggie left the board of GameStop.
No, Reggie's already left GameStop.
Oh, he already left GameStop.
Yeah, he's already left GameStop.
Sucks.
Okay. All right, but yeah, that's the way I'm feeling about it. Like Metroid Samus Returns port would actually be a really safe bet. It would also shut some of the Metroid guys up, like me particularly, because like Metroid Samus Returns was the last game I bought for the 3DS, and then immediately like within like 2 months I had a Switch.
Can I tell you something, LeRon?
What's that?
The rumor is that the Link's Awakening team, the team that did the remake for Link's Awakening.
You mean Link's Awakening? Okay, yeah.
Is remaking a 2D Metroid game.
Super Metroid?
I don't know which one.
Super Metroid? It's got to be Super Metroid. Why would they? Super Metroid is the
Zero
only
Mission,
one
Fusion.
In my opinion, Zero Mission
did really well.
In my opinion, Zero Mission is the perfect remake of Metroid. So why mess with it?
Because it's pixelated. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Link's Awakening was perfect.
Link's Awakening was amazing. But I'm just saying, like Metroid has already gotten like at least one remix/remake. Like the number one Metroid title is a Super Metroid. Like I find it ludicrous that they would like pass over that one to do the original Metroid again, or to do Metroid Fusion, which Metroid Fusion is also a good contender. Mm-hmm. I just feel like, come on, Nintendo, if you want our fucking money, if you want us to open up our wallets and stuff, do a remake of Super Metroid.
The thing is, though, is like, what stat did I hear the other day? I don't know, some game that like it sold fine, but it didn't sell really well. But it was like the one stat that everybody pointed out was this game sold more with this iteration of the game than every single Metroid game has combined.
Which one was that?
I forget what it was. Don't remember. Not
It
gonna
was a
lie to you.
Metroid title?
No, it was a hold on. Nintendo Switch games sales. I think it was something stupid. It was like not Wii Fit. It was what's that one? Ring Fit.
Yeah, Ring Fit.
Ring Fit.
That was the Switch exercise one.
Yeah.
Ring Fit had the advantage of COVID.
What was it? I forget which game it. Oh no, it was Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party is
Now why would a game with the name Mario in its title why would it not outsell like every Metroid title existence?
I'm just saying that was like one of the things somebody brought up with the sales of that game. It was like, well,
I get it. You know what? Nintendo, just sell the license to Metroid to somebody. Hell, give it to Konami. Let them fuck it up.
Why? So they can make a pachinko machine out of it? I don't think so. Make a
gym
themed after it.
If Nintendo's not given to see, I'm about to like be all sorts of vulgar and stuff on Boss
How
Rush
about
tonight.
we just rein it in, and you just give us your next prediction?
True. Okay. All right. So at E3 or Summer's Game Fest, Capcom is going to announce the PC version for Monster Hunter Rise. The reason why I'm saying this is because we already know Monster Hunter Rise is coming. Monster Hunter Rise has already sold over 7 million copies. Worldwide. Well, shipped 7 million copies worldwide. So it's already got the same momentum that Monster Hunter World got before it hit PC as well. So right now, with them gearing up for Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is coming out next month, and all the crossover events and stuff like that, I feel like this is the perfect time for the announcement for Rise on the PC. And hopefully, with this announcement, we're going to get some information such as there's going to be cross save capabilities because
I like that.
I
like that a lot.
Yeah, because it was a thorn in everybody's side, including Capcom's, that Monster Hunter World did not have cross save capabilities for Xbox and PlayStation to the PC. It was a major thorn in their side. Besides the fact that the development schedule was kind of off, so the timing was that the consoles were getting updates, and then 2 months later the PC was seeing them and stuff like that. So my whole thing is they announced the Monster Hunter Rise edition for PC. They let us know. They don't have to let us know a date, but they need to let us know some features that are going to actually want to have people care about it, because we know Monster Hunter is like a train over when it hits the PC. Monster Hunter World alone has sold 17 million copies worldwide. Across all the platforms. PC gave it a major boost. I believe Monster Hunter World Iceborne has sold over 8 million copies, 8 million units, stuff like that. So Capcom needs to ride the momentum of the whole PC train when it comes to Monster Hunter, because there are Monster Hunter players out there. Now I can't really talk about the features of what's going to bring to the table. Some of our graphics cards might give it give it a nice little boost, in textures and feel and all that stuff. But if you look at Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, I kind of feel like it's going to just be a slightly prettier version than on PC than what we already have right there. So, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, nothing like that. But I think right now, because we also know this, Monster Hunter Stories is coming out on Switch and the PC the same date. So Monster Hunter Rise will probably get an announcement of the PC port coming soon. All right, so here's the one that I'm saying this jokingly, but you never know sometimes. I think Ubisoft is going to trot out another Beyond Good and Evil 2 teaser, but of course we'll never get a release for the game.
Will this next reveal be a totally different game than the first two reveals?
Who knows? The reason why I'm saying that is because I feel like right now, for the last couple of years, Ubisoft has been like a one-trick pony. Far Cry 6 just got something, right?
What?
That is Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
Far Cry 6? Yeah. Far Cry 6 just got a major news drop and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's getting a third-person mode, which looks awesome.
Yeah. That. Now, here's my question: why in the hell they didn't say that for E3 or Summer Game Fest?
I don't know.
Why didn't they save that news? I can't understand.
They're saving their big announcement for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2. They have to get their Far Cry news out of the way.
There we go. I mean, hell, can we see some more information on Prince of Persia remake?
Oh God, I hope not. I really hope not.
They can't bungle it any worse than they did last year.
So there was a rumor I saw, and I'm hoping it's true, and I really hope it's true, that because of the reaction for that they were rescaling the art style completely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't hear about that, but I did read the article that it's supposed to be out by or at the end of March 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, there was all this mixed messaging about a Switch version, which a lot of people were upset about because, I don't know, when something doesn't get announced for the Switch, everybody loses their shit. But what?
See,
what?
Here's my thing, guys. You know, I see this a lot. Within and without of within and outside of Boss Rush Network. I see this a lot. People get their panties in a twist about the missing Nintendo Switch version of a game. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about it. Some of these companies don't have the time and the resources to allocate for a different programming structure on the Nintendo Switch. These consoles now, starting with the PS4 and the Xbox One, these consoles now actually have very similar architecture to PC. Mm-hmm. So it's easier for them to make ports of a game to the PC nowadays than it is to go backwards mm-hmm. on a different architecture style.
A lot of people were really mad that the Mass Effect Legendary Edition didn't get a Switch announcement.
Does his name rhyme with red?
No. Yeah, I mean the entire internet was mad because a lot of people are mad because EA doesn't support the Switch at all.
Okay, you know what? That's
I mean, that's a totally different argument, right?
That's a totally different argument. But my whole thing is like, I feel like I get the chest thumping about this stuff when it comes to tech and stuff because okay, you know what?
We're rallying up LeRon twice in a row. Oh God!
Here's the thing about it. You want these games on the Switch? Be willing to wait.
Shirt's coming off, guys. Shirt's coming off.
You want these games for the Switch? Be willing to wait another year and a half, 2 years for them to come out because that's how long it's going to take for someone to sit down and get the assets and everything in order to develop even their ports. People act like ports are easy. If ports were easy, we'd already
file save as .switch version.
If this stuff was that easy, we'd have already seen every Call of Duty, every Battlefield, every Dead Space, all these games would have already been re-released on other systems. But they're not. They're not that easy.
Did you see that rumor today, LeRon, that the Dead Space trilogy is going to be EA's next remaster?
What rumor? Where?
Somebody tweeted it out. I forget who tweeted it out.
No, I need.
I need this
proof. Don't you
Logan,
get my hearts up, you whore?
Logan, you want to write the story on this, or you want me to write the story
I'm writing the story. I've got this right now. I need to beat you for the day, okay, LeRon?
Okay, my last prediction is Capcom might give us a teaser for Monster Hunter 6.
So I love this rumor because I did see that too, that Capcom could come out with 6. But where the heck is it going to release though? Because this game can't be that far into development, right?
Oh yeah, no. I have a funny feeling if it's anything like when they announced Monster Hunter 5, which became Monster Hunter World, they're gonna tease it and then it'll be released 2 years later. So we're looking at 2023, maybe early 2024 for this one. The reason why I'm saying Monster Hunter 6 is because sales are finally starting to trickle down for Monster Hunter World overall, Monster Hunter World and Iceborne overall. Rise is out now and it's got all the attention and things like that. Now it's perfect time to do a setup for that, and also they ride the momentum because they had a Monster Hunter movie come out last year. They're having 2 Monster Hunter games come out they're having 2 Monster Hunter games that one's already out this year. The second one's coming out this year as well. As a matter of fact, it's coming out next month. Summer's stacked for me, and my Nintendo Switch loves me for the fact that I'm giving it more love than my PS5 right now. But yeah, I have a funny feeling.
Sony's not giving much love to their PS5 right now, so to be fair.
Oh, guys, I saw y'all's discourse about that too, and you know what? Right now,
I just wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of my PlayStation 4 Pro. No.
Hey, look, I will happily take your PS5 if
I don't have one. I don't have one. I have 2 Xboxes, but I don't have a PlayStation. Sorry.
My only argument is, like, you know what? Right now, Right now, Sony is supporting the PS4, and then guess what? The PS4 is not going to be supported as soon as they start getting the numbers of the consoles in, because Sony was already starting to draw down like the production of the PS4. Well, the PS4 Pro is not being sold in territories like Japan. I think Australia is still getting PS4 allotments, but Japan, parts of Eurasia, and I think South America no longer are getting new PS4. And right now they're not really doing high production on the PS4 base systems. Mm-hmm. So basically once that inventory dries up, it might be a wrap for that. Mm-hmm. Us Americans, like, we kind of keep Sony in the black when it comes to PlayStation systems, which is why like Sony seems to be shifting more to Western style games and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not really gonna cheer for it, but I'm not also gonna slap them on the wrist for their decisions and stuff like that. Sony knows where their money's coming from, so they're going to actually make sure it happens where their money is coming from and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just like, I really don't see a reason to own a PlayStation 5. Like, for me, the only franchises I really care about are Horizon, Uncharted, and God of War. Like, I don't care about anything else that PlayStation puts out. That's just like a me thing. That's not like a overall thought. You know what I mean?
But I think it is, though. I think the more we talk about it, the more it is becoming that overall thought. Think about what Sony had at launch, right? They only had Miles Morales. And Miles Morales is a great game to showcase what the PS5 can do.
Demon Souls remake.
Sackboy.
But it didn't... Okay, but correct me. LeRon, correct me if I'm wrong, because you follow PlayStation a little bit closer than I do these days. Didn't Miles Morales, though, blow both of those out of the water, though?
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. Miles Morales was I think Sony actually like came out and said that Miles Morales made their Christmas.
Because they weren't planning on turning a profit this Christmas, but that was the thing that got them. Because I mean, it ended up being one of the top selling games of all time for PlayStation, if I remember correctly.
I think at the end of the quarter, it sold almost 6 million units, which was like 6 weeks on sale.
Which is still better than what Ghost of Tsushima did. It's still better than the launch of Horizon
and Last of Us.
And Last of Us 2 didn't do anything last year. I mean, it was bad. Mm-hmm. And they had, and Last of Us 2 was a rare case where PlayStation struggled with returns on that game too. But I think what PlayStation has done is they said, okay, look, yeah, they completely botched everything with the PS5 launch. They've botched it since then. I think Sony is going to apologize at State of Play or at Summer Games Fest in their State of Play. But they also think that with all these exclusives coming up, we got Ratchet and Clank this week. I cannot wait for that game. I'll be playing on PS4. But then with Horizon, it's like they have to have these consoles out.
Ratchet and Clank coming to PS4?
Wait. No, it's PS5 exclusive.
Oh,
it's solely PS5.
My apologies. This is becoming the spot where Sony's like, okay, hey, these people just are getting it for the game. We're gonna have to have the supply to meet that. So like when Horizon launches, you'll be able to buy a PS5 in Target and Walmart and everything else. Like that's what they have to do.
Well, here's the thing about it, though. Horizon was initially slated for both PS4 and PS5, so it's not like they reneged on anything like that.
No, Horizon started as a PS4 game in general.
But when you see the trailer for that and you see,
it was on PS5. It was on PS5 hardware. Yeah, we know that.
That's the easy way to sell the PS5 is Horizon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I know for sure Gran Turismo 5. Well, is it 5? No, 7. 7. I'm thinking PS5. Gran Turismo 7 is not going to be a PS4 title. I can tell you that right now.
They said it was. They already confirmed it's coming to PS4.
They did that? When they catch that?
When they announced that God of War was coming.
Logan, is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
They said God of War, GT7, and Horizon are all going to be cross-platform.
Okay.
Right, but didn't they go as far to say as God of War would be the last big one?
I don't know. It's the last one we know of right now, but we don't know what else Sony has. So.
Well, okay, we could safely assume Prince of Persia is going to be cross for everybody. It's going to be Xbox, PC, play. So we know that's coming. God of War.
Here's my thing too, though. Like, I don't understand. I understand why everybody seems like this is a punch to the gut, for them as far as like these games come to PS4. Because guess what? You'll be able to keep your damn PS4 copy, and when you get your PS5, you'll get the PS5 updates for those games. I don't understand why.
My thing too is like this is just a smart business decision for them if they can't produce consoles fast enough, right? Because exactly. I love my Xbox Series X, but there's no reason for me to own one. You know what I mean? Like it's just a box that we play. Like, yeah, you're gonna get all these bells and whistles that you're not gonna get on the PS4, and that's reason enough for me to own something. You know what I mean?
Here would be my argument for God of War being the last one. Think about it like this. You're 2 years in. If God of War ends up coming in the fall, right, of next year, that's 2 years after the launch, and you're still releasing games on your previous gen platform. Well, Sony's not going to do that.
Xbox is doing it with Halo.
Well, but Xbox is a different ecosystem. Xbox is more user friendly. They want everybody to be able to play the game. Sony is driven by no, we want you to play this console we want you to play this game on this console. Like think about when the PS4 came out. Like PS4 had games with the PS3 for like the first year. I believe Infamous Second Son was the turnaround on that.
Where they said, okay, no, Killzone and Knack weren't on PS3. They cut ties on PS3. Right? The only cross-gen game that came out within the launch window was Little Big Planet 3.
But was it? But I could have sworn Second Son was PS3 too.
No, Second Son was PS4.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, but yeah, for Sony to go 2 years, it's not going to happen. God of War would be the last game that a PS4 or the PS4 is going to get new games for.
Yeah, the last thing I'm gonna say is Corey, with what you're saying, you sound like me. How I say like, there's no reason for me to get an Xbox Series X right now. I have a PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple games that aren't on Game Pass, but I feel like they'll find their way there. Like Halo 5 is not on PC Game Pass. It's not on PC at all. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to experience the whole Halo story, you're not going to experience it on PC, which, granted, I feel like Halo 5 is going to come to PC at some point. It'll probably be part of the Master Chief Collection at some point. I would argue, on PC, I wouldn't argue that at all. But, yeah, especially because, like, Game Pass on PC is going to start getting 360 titles now, too, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the rumor. So, but LeRon, do you have any other predictions?
That's it. That's all 5 of mine.
All right.
I hate to say it, the bulk of them were really safe, and like that, the Beyond Good and Evil 2 one, that was just for giggles.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna kind of. There's 2 that I really kind of want to talk about, but then the rest of them I'll just fly through because we are running a little bit late here. My first few are Nintendo focused. They're going to do a deep dive on Breath of the Wild 2. We're going to get a full reveal and a full title. I mean, I feel like that's safe, and probably a release date that they'll delay 4 times. But my thing is they're going to do things that people aren't going to expect. We talk about this on Pal Block a lot. I think they're going to reveal that Zelda is a playable character, and there's going to be a small party system in this one where you're going to be able to swap between Zelda and Link to solve puzzles and shrines. I feel like that's a good way to change up the, so it doesn't feel like the first game, like if you have Zelda and Link in 2 separate parts of the shrine, and like Zelda needs to press a button so Link can get through a gate, that type of thing. I think that's going to happen. I feel like the Skyward Sword amiibo that's coming out is going to have a similar effect the way that the Wolf Link amiibo did for Breath of the Wild. You'll either be able to fly it, or it'll be some sort of distraction for bosses to attack or something. Something to that degree. They'll be able to get things on high ledges, similar to Wolf Link. I feel like there's going to be a new slate of Breath of the Wild 2 amiibo that they're going to show off, and it won't do anything except give you cool items in the game, because let's face it, amiibo are kind of worthless these days, but they're still selling them.
I mean, I do love. Someone pointed an article in my direction that said that the amiibos are basically DLC. Like once I read that, it made absolutely perfect sense for the amiibo thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still trying to get the rest of the Zelda ones. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. This Skyward Sword amiibo is already ridiculously hard to get, and it's not even out yet.
Dude, let me tell you, man. Like I missed the train on the Monster Hunter amiibos, so I had to get these things.
What are they? The chips, the cards?
Yeah, I had to get these things. And you know what? I will say this: like those NFC chips. Oh my god! Like if I'd known this, I'd have tried harder to like get get those amiibos at launch.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they give you some really like good stuff.
Yeah.
In game.
And of course, all of the Zelda amiibos are like the most expensive ones on Amazon. So good luck getting those. I also wanted those Joy-Cons, but we're not getting those either. So.
Well, why not?
Oh, the Zelda ones. Because they're sold out everywhere.
They're not gonna. Wait, are they limited stock? I thought those are gonna be like a full-time thing.
They're always limited. So
it's got the Nintendo name attached to it.
No, it's got the Zelda name attached to it. So.
Hey, I'm learning right now. The only thing that trumps Zelda is Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Yeah, but at least Square makes enough of it to buy.
Yeah.
So, and then the last thing here I have is accompanying the Skyward Sword trailer that's going to happen. They're going to announce another remake or remaster of another Zelda game. So, my hope is that they release Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Switch, but it's probably going to be another 2D Zelda game because that seems to be the pattern is 3D, 2D, 3D, 2D. And we already got Skyward Sword, so it's probably going to be.
So
my guess is probably going to be It's probably going to be the Oracle games, is my guess. But
I can kind of see that trend because I never actually played the Oracle games,
and they seem to be trying to remake those Game Boy ones. So
yeah, I can see that. Or they could take one more stab at Link to the Past.
I mean, they could.
Like
I wouldn't mind seeing like a Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds remake bundle together, right?
Yeah.
In this, maybe not in the exact style of Link's Awakening, but in the style of a Link Between Worlds, but HD.
That'd be cool though.
That'd be cool.
I keep telling Nintendo how they can get my money, and they never listen, so they don't get my money.
No, they'll just release another Mario something stupid, and then they'll just make billions of dollars. They'll just release Animal Crossing 2 or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, 50 million units, $60 a piece. We're rich."
What do we think of the Mario Kart 9 showing up?
No,
Mario Kart 8 still selling way too well for them that they're.
Okay.
I would love to see Mario Kart 9. I love Mario Kart 8, but I've been playing it since 2013. Okay, I need a new Mario Kart.
That's fair. Do you think they would do like, okay, so I was talking to a friend tonight about it. It was like, if Mario Kart 9 ends up happening, what if it's like Smash and it's every level, it's every character?
I would see this was my thing. I was like, I would love like a Smash style kart, like a Nintendo kart style thing where you have like Samus and Fox and maybe even Sonic and whatever. But my thing is like I would totally buy Mario Kart 9 and just have 8 really awesome circuits that you could do, and then you sell the Super Nintendo pack for $15. You sell the
that would be bad
N64 pack for $20 or whatever, right? And you just have these DLC packs where you download the tracks and maybe the karts that were relevant in those games, or like you'd sell the Double Dash pack for $20 or whatever.
And then, do you think we're going to get a Game Boy collection on the Switch?
Probably that's probably the next thing that's coming is a Game Boy Nintendo Switch Online. Although I think it would be smart if they just did Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance as one
I would also think that an N64 would be like
Yeah, the thing is like the emulation for N64 is a lot different than the 2D consoles, and I guess it's like a lot more work, and they just don't want to do it.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
Although it is the Virtual Console is available on Wii U and Wii, so I don't understand why it's not on Switch.
fair.
But GameCube, I guess, is like the hardest to port.
Yeah.
Over. That's what I've heard.
And I've heard that a few times because, like, yeah, GameCube, and so remember when they were doing like that the Nintendo's the Super Nintendo or like collection on a physical console that you buy at like Walmart or whatever. I remember like when that all was coming out, everybody's like, oh yeah, the N64 and GameCube should get this too, and everything I'd heard was no, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, a GameCube Mini would be awesome though.
Dude, I would freaking love it, man.
Yeah. So that's kind of my big Zelda thing. The other thing, Nintendo is going to show off Monolith Soft's new game, the Xenoblade team.
Very cool.
They have 4 teams. 2 of them are helping develop Breath of the Wild 2. We know that. One of them just wrapped the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which is the remake of the first game. The 4th team, which this came out in 2019, they have been working on a new IP. Now, granted, that could still turn into Xenoblade 3. We don't know, but they showed off some concept art on their website, and I think it's about time to show that off because it took them. They've doubled their staff since Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out. And in between Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they were able to make Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and help with development on Breath of the Wild in 2.5 years. Which is insane to develop that big of an RPG in 2.5 years while helping develop another game. So
that's awesome, dude.
It's been a little over a year since Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition came out. I think it's time for them to show off their new game. And I think it'll probably be out either December this year or early next year. Also, to kind of put this whole thing in perspective, on the Easy Allies Friend Code podcast, which is their Nintendo show, their guest, Matt Simmons from Yo Video Games, stated that the choir and orchestra who did music for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 have officially wrapped recording and production for music on a, quote, Japanese video game. And they stated on their Facebook page, the composer is Mitsuda, who composed the music to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The director of said game is Takahashi, who's one of the lead developers at Monolith Soft. And the kicker is the choir and orchestra have only recorded music for one other video game, which was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So a lot of finger pointing here towards Monolith's next game. So just these last 3 here, Ubisoft will be showing off another crossover with Nintendo. I'm hoping it's Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2 with new characters and moves and enemies and stuff.
Bro makes fun of me for saying it. Yeah, you have it on your list.
I mean, yeah, I think it's time. It's been 4 years, right? I think that's enough time to make it cool.
It's time, but it also too is you can't ignore the sales that the first one did. It did so freaking well for what the game was.
Yeah, it's in their top 20 games on Switch sales right now. So because it's been on sale a couple times during the last year. You could get the gold edition for $14.99, which includes awesome. The Donkey Kong DLC, which was amazing, by the way.
Fantastic.
Xbox is going to announce some sort of crossover with Nintendo. Sarah Bond, Phil Spencer, and Major Nelson all displayed Switches on their shelves recently, 2 of which have been in a studio setup, not just on their shelf in the background like Phil Spencer did in a video, but Sarah Bond clearly was in a studio. It had like a Master Chief helmet, it had some Xbox stuff, and then it clearly had a Nintendo Switch front and center. Some people think it's going to be some sort of curated version of Cloud Game Pass, which, would include Xbox games and some third-party games that couldn't run on Switch. EA is also somehow rumored to be involved in this with their EA Play program, which you get with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It's going to be a super curated version of Game Pass where, if the indie is available on Switch, you're not going to be able to get it. I think it's mostly used for Microsoft's first-party games and maybe some third-party partners like maybe Outriders or, games of that nature. And then last but not least, Xbox will announce 3 new IP from first-party studios. Obsidian, we know, is working on a first-person RPG, and Exile is working on a new RPG in Unreal Engine 5. And Compulsion, the studio behind We Happy Few, is rumored to be finished with their next game and waiting for a strategic release in their polishing and stuff on a game that's similar to BioShock. The Coalition is also rumored to be working on Gear 6 and a new IP. People who have been following Xbox know that the Coalition used to be called Black Tusk Studios, and they were working on a game called Shanghai, which was a spy game before they moved over to Gears 4. So, those are my predictions. I think we're going to get a bunch of cool announcements from both conferences. Actually, all the conferences. I think we're going to get something cool. So,
I can't wait, dude.
I know. E3, guys. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, God. Dude, I'm like so nervous and anxious to produce these live shows next weekend.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's just take it a second to appreciate. A year ago, did any of us think we'd be doing this right now?
No, a year ago, it was me and Ed staying up late watching these press conferences live, and we're like, well, we'll just throw it on the YouTube page. Why not? That's been our thing for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Like, I had a calendar reminder yesterday to go off for, hey, LAN Party needs to do our E3 predictions. I'm like, no, we don't have to anymore. This is cool. We're gonna do it, on part of the game side. Like, yeah, like I mean, honestly, like this. We talked about it at the beginning of the show, but like this is such a cool thing that we get to do, and like I'm so grateful to be here. But then too, this weekend is going to show off, I think, the best parts of Boss Rush, of everybody coming together, everybody talking about the different things that they love.
Yeah,
and really, you get that family sense when we're all just having fun together.
I mean, I was talking to my wife. I was like, "Look, next weekend, I know like it's going to be a really hot mess for me, being like tired and everything, but like." Instead of, just 3 or 4 of us doing stuff like last year or 2 years ago, like there's something like 30 people involved this year. And like if you look at the writing team, you look at the live production team, you look at the video team, right? You look at the hosts and stuff, like you look at what David and Dan and you guys have done with the writing team is like incredible. I think in one of our chats they just said we're on pace to hit 10,000 views this month. Right, and it's the 6th day.
We hit 1,000 a day, baby. We hit 1,000 a day, baby.
So.
Attaboy, LeRon. Way to go, dude.
It's
Hey, I'm just here as part of the team. That's all.
Yeah, man.
His sleeves weren't.
They never signed a contract,
I hate that, like, this whole month is like Summer Game Fest. I mean, like, technically Crossroads is just going to be like watching the entire Summer Game Fest and probably going to be doing our show based on it. But geez, like, I mean, like, I gotta cook up more hot topics if because I swear this is like the 2nd or 3rd hot topic that's gotten like some ridiculous views, when I
you're
convert it into a story
too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, like the Ratchet and Clank, I checked that. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me check that right now. I can tell you the progress that's happening right now.
But I mean that also speaks to I pointed out a few weeks ago, is like as much of everybody's coverage we can do. More Xbox coverage, more PlayStation coverage. Like the better it's going to be. I mean, Nintendo is an awesome platform, and that's great. But then, like, too, so is Xbox, so is Sony. Like, dude, covering everything is just a great thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, This is gonna be a big weekend for us, and I mean we're all pushing forward. We're all trying to make the best content we possibly can, and we've all been kind of doing this in one form or another for a long time, and this is kind of like the, what do you call it, the tip of
climax.
Yeah, sure, if you want to make it sexual.
I know. You made it all dirty. You made it all dirty.
I did not make it dirty. I could have said it's the moment.
But God damn it. But I just want to say, I know a lot of people aren't here right now. It's just us three, but the entire team has been killing it. All the podcasts, all of the entertainment side, all of the game side, all of Logan's love for High School Musical has just been killing it, right? Like, I mean, this coming weekend is where all of our skills and all of our communication and teamwork are coming to a head, and it's gonna be fun. We're all gonna be tired, but it's gonna be okay, right? It's just, we're gonna kill it, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I was supposed to. I'm actually supposed to go to a dinner. It's next Friday, but I'm gonna have to postpone that.
Like I should have took vacation. One, because I need to go home see my mom. But then two, it's like I know how, like, this weekend is just the culmination of everything. Like my boss has let me off at noon on Thursday just so I can watch Summer Games Fest live, and I told him, I was like, dude, I mean, that means the world to me. And like being able to cover this, being able to jump out hills. And two, I don't get to talk games very often. I mean, I've been on Boss Rush a little bit more lately, but like getting to come on the game side is so much fun to me because that's where my roots are. And so I can't wait to nerd out on all the cool PlayStation stuff that they announced, and all the Xbox stuff. And Ubisoft Forward, y'all, is gonna be incredible as well.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be my typical Nintendo hype boy that I always am.
That's why you're not invited to the direct recap show.
LeRon, you're not part of the Nintendo cult that we have.
I'm not. I'm not. The problem is I try to sprinkle realism on there, and you remember there was a Daffy Duck cartoon where Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd we're getting to a boxing ring to fight each other, and every time they try to cheer for Daffy Duck, like Elmer Fudd's dog would start booing, and then all of a sudden you see like the entire like trash pile just get thrown at him. That's me.
You want to start a fire in our writers group chat? Just say anything bad about Nintendo. I mean, that's you.
I mean, our site does really lean heavily into the Nintendo stuff, which,
understatement of the year,
right?
I mean, but like that's to be fair.
That's what everybody's roots are. Like, that's what your roots are. I mean, Pal Block is a humongously successful podcast. Like, I'm not knocking it in any sense.
By the way, speaking of Pal Block, guess what? I looked up when you look at Nintendo on Apple Podcasts, Nintendo Pal Block is number 21.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
But see, like that. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. It's like, okay, so you have Pal Block, which is the OG awesomeness, and then you've brought in LeRon and I are coming up on a year. We started Crossroads together. What, August last year? Was that when we started?
September. That sounds about right.
August, September, whatever it was. Okay, so that expands that. Jesse's been taking over Arsenal X, and that's awesome. Tower Casual's been killing it. I actually listened to this past week's episode. You and Josh just absolutely killed it. It was great. And then, too, you bring in the entertainment side, and we've been growing like crazy. Q-List is doing phenomenal. I can't wait for Mighty Ducks.
Q-List is like probably the best idea you've had since you've been here.
I mean, I thought the Guy Fieri episode was near and dear. Love you.
It's one episode, though. But this is a series, man. This is
a series, and it's been killing it, yes. And, hey, check out a brand new episode tomorrow morning. How I Met Your Mother Season 2. But, yeah, Q-List has been awesome. Rope Talk has been, I mean, I got to brag on my guys for a second. Rope Talk has been utterly destroying our numbers, and I love it. But, like, yeah, we're growing and we're expanding, like, outside of the comfort zones, too. Like, we're not just Nintendo. We are PlayStation. We are entertainment. I've been trying to make that case, with covering how High School Musical can expand our audience even more, and how MLB Power Rankings can do it, and all this different thing. Like dude, it's so cool to be a part of this network right now.
Yeah, this is a good time to be here. It's just, oh man, this conversation for another podcast. I'll talk about it then.
We're gonna cry. We're gonna cry. Let's cry, man.
No, there was a point when we were doing this show, probably like, I don't know, 20 or so episodes in. I was like, man, and it was when we kind of split off from the other group we were a part of and started doing this, and it was told Ed, I was like, man, I don't know if I can even do this anymore because of how painful that was. And then you look at it a year and a half later, look where we are, from that moment, and it's just incredible. So
I mean, seeing how well this team works together too. I mean, Corey, you and I have had a moment, earlier this year where, I mean, I toyed with what if Entertainment split, but the how much teamwork that this group has displayed ever since then. I mean, it's been unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like being a part of this family, it's just like when I go to work, everybody asks me now at work, like, oh, what's Boss Rush doing today? Or what's this going on? Like, how do you not get tired by doing shows 4 or 5 days a week? I'm like, dude, it's just part of the life right now. And it's a life I can't believe I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was a nerdy kid listening to Greg Miller talk about dumb stuff on Beyond and GameScoop forever. And now I get to, I had a kid at Quick Trip the other day. He knows I do podcasts. He's like, dude, I listened to that show. That was awesome. Like, that's what you guys got to do. It's like, dude, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
There's straight up nothing better.
Man, I would love to get production value on Crossroads to be so on point that we look like we're supposed to be on G4 Tech TV.
Well, I just want to be at G4 so I can hang out with Austin Creed, aka Xavier.
I'm just glad our live streams don't crash. I don't.
Hey,
yes.
I legitimately asked you that the other day. I was like, hey, with that many people.
Oh yeah, because Saturday and Sunday both we have 7 people on the panel, and it's like, you sure it's not going to crash? I'm like, I'm going to say yes. I'm sure.
I wanted to be safe because I was like, I could pull out if we needed to.
No, we're not. Nobody's pulling out. You are staying in.
Your game has never been great at pulling out, so let's be honest. That's how you end the show right there, people.
On that note, I want to thank everybody for watching live on twitch.tv/BossRushGamesLive. Remember, you can catch our Boss Rush at Night E3 2021 starting Friday night at 8:30 Eastern. LeRon, Logan will be here. So will I, and Josh, and Austin, and with a whole slew of people the entire weekend. You can catch the schedule on our Twitch and our Facebook and our Instagram, and I don't know, do we have a TikTok? I don't think we have a TikTok.
No, we do have Reddit though.
Yeah,
Reddit set up today.
Yeah, so you can check all that out. Check all of our content out on bossrushgames.com, bossrushnetwork.com. Logan, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Logan Corkins, or just search Boss Rush Entertainment anywhere you get your podcast services. They all have separate feeds now, yay. But check out Land Party. We do have a brand new episode on Wednesday, and then Q-List, How I Met Your Mother Season 2 goes up tomorrow morning. Heck yeah. And Trash Talk's back.
Yes. LeRon, as he's looking at himself on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get my links. You can find me on twitch.tv/exodus803 as well as youtube.com/exodus803 and instagram.com/exodus803. Tuesday night is Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast. Corey, are you going to be on that? Are you going to be on that one?
No, I am in full after Pow Block tomorrow. I am in full pre-production mode for.
Okay. Logan, I think you said you can be on, right? Okay. So yeah, we'll be live at 8 p.m. or 8:30. Like it doesn't matter for me. Like I just have to warn Austin about what time. That's all.
Yeah, he's got a bit of time.
Yeah. We will start our pre-show for Summer Game Fest 2021, as well as we'll have a secret clue to get you an extra entry for our Ratchet and Clank contest that's going on. Someone gets a free copy of Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart this Friday. So yeah, tune in to Crossroads.
Nice.
Death, Taxes, and LeRon checking himself out on Instagram. There you go.
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter, Corey HD on Instagram. If you want to see me, you don't want to see me. You can catch me hosting Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. You can catch me on Nintendo Power Block. You can catch me on Logan's wall behind him because for some reason he wants me on his wall and his nipples and everything else. You can catch all of our content on BossRushGames.com. Check out Boss Rush Entertainment. Check out Boss Rush Games. Thank you, everybody who is involved. I know this weekend is going to be rough for everybody, but it's going to be worth it. I believe in this team. I believe in everybody who's involved. And, I believe in you guys out there watching. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Take care.
You're the best.